Hello YouTube, hi. Today we are doing something a little different. We are reading confessions submitted to me by the community. If you guys like to see more content like this, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I won't lie, these have been policed a little. I skimmed through them to make sure there was nothing super gross, and one of my mods did do me the awesome favor of going through them for me. But most of these are brand spanking new to me, so I'm very excited to read these off, and I promise not to judge too hard. So I'm very excited. We're just gonna jump in, okay? Hell yeah, okay. Our very first confession. And I like to thank everybody for thank you for not following the rules and not giving out too much personal information, okay? Okay, first confession. I dated a girl who lost her father to a heart attack when she was young. I made her call me daddy. That is fucked. My brother in Christ. How do I zoom in on this for? There we go. Hold on.
If you like dog shit content, please subscribe.
Yeah. I almost got swooped on by a squirrel. That's crazy. That's crazy behavior, by the way. Making a girl who lost her dad call you daddy is insane. Thank you for the hydrate, Melon. I wonder if their relationship lasted. Like, genuinely. Oh, this is good because I can't immediately see the confession. I like this. How fucking dare. No, you don't, chat doesn't think the relationship lasted. I don't think it may not have. I have scummed to get the platinum trophy in Elden Ring. Forgive me, Ronnie? I've never played Elden Ring. I've never even watched Elden Ring, so if I just pronounce... If I have pronounced that wrong, don't lynch me, okay? On to the next one. Some of these got me a little scared, I'm not gonna lie. This is my brother in Christ to say, what? I'm never gonna be able to pronounce that, I'm sorry. My brother in Christ, what is this one? Sometimes I eat ramen noodles raw. I eat the black hole and sprinkle the seasonings on it like a pizza. My favorite flavor to do this with is the shrimp. Shrimp. I am not telling no lies. This is somebody sent me this. This is either really lazy or really genius. I need somebody to try this for me and let me know if it's really good. Like somebody I know like really well. Lies and slander. That was no lies and slander. It's good. You've done that, Tuna? I did it when I was a kid, but like I don't remember if I actually liked it or if I was just a lazy little kid. Oh my god, it's not good. The crunch. Oh my god. They took instant ramen as a whole new level. I can already tell you the seasoning packets are a little concentrated to do that super often. Hell yeah, in university as a broke student. Tuna. I love you so much. That's so based. I did it as a kid, but it's because I was story time chat. When I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to make my own ramen because my brother and my sister at one point refused to like make me a cup noodle, or no, they refused to make me the ramen, you know, the block. That's one they're exactly talking about. The cup noodle came later, and I forgot to put water in it, so I just microwaved it in a plastic container without water for 4 minutes because I liked my noodles then a little mushy. And yeah, the ramen block turned black and the bowl melted, and I was no longer allowed to make my own ramen. So I might have done this once or twice as a kid, but I haven't done it as an adult. This is so funny. I really makes me really happy for this person to see that other people have done it too. To be fair, my defense with my ramen story, by the way, with my defense with the ramen story, by the way, is I was like 6. So, old enough to know better, but young enough to where it kind of made sense, okay? Or at least that's what I'm telling myself. Redo as an adult with what flavor? I have chicken and beef ramen at my disposal. Which flavor am I redoing? No. That's fair, Azura. My brother nuked chicken tendies for 20 minutes in the microwave on max power and was surprised they turned into charcoal. Damn. No, beef? Alright, Tuna, bet. I'll let you know. I'll have the ASMR ramen trial stream. Y'all can hear me crunch. Wait, no. Do it together. Perfect. To the next confession. Let's go. In August, I think average would be like, what the fuck? I have never finished a tube of lip balm. I always eat it before I get to the end. My brother, what? I don't think I've ever eaten a tube of lip balm or lip gloss or chapstick. Eat? They said eat! They said eat. I don't think I have ever in my life eaten a chapstick. Not that I can recall. The texture, I hate wearing chapstick in general. What flavor of lip balm? They didn't say. Bro, I'm questioning my submission now. I need answers. Bro. I have never, the texture of lip balm alone, it doesn't matter. The texture of lip balm alone, only like grosses me out. I don't think I could eat it. It better be the Dr. Pepper one. Oh my god. And before it was like fucking like the medical one. The medicinal tastes like fucking burns your lips. I know you're a space. This next confession. Look, that scent can be tasty. It cannot be. I know you're a space panda, but I can't help to see you as Mickey Mouse's mutated cousin. You know what, my brother in Christ? You know what? That's valid. That's valid. I used to get asked all the time. Hold on, we're tabbing away. I used to get asked all the time with my little panda head here in the middle of my chest. Free content, by the way. I used to get asked all the time if this was a hidden Mickey, and I'm like, no, it's supposed to be a panda head, not a hidden Mickey. I promise. That might be where this comes from. Banned. I know. I'm about to get smited off stream. Demonetized on YouTube. Oh, it's gonna be terrible. Alright, on to the next one. Disney wants to know your location. Nobody tell them. Sister Azura is with a head. Oh my god, this one's written beautifully. Hold on, we're gonna tuck myself into the corner here so we can see it in its full glory. Pandroid's gotta slide out of the way. Pandroid, move your fat head. Zuzu, give us a Mickey giggle. I can't even think of what a Mickey giggle sounds like if I wanted to right now. Ahem. Sister Azura, it is with a heavy heart that I must confess a sin that I have carried since childhood. When I was but a wee babe, my neighbor was a jackass. He would let his dog chase the neighborhood kids all the time, and would always yell obscenities at us and make life hell if we tried to play outside. No matter what we did, no matter how hard we tried talking to our parents about it, they never listened. So one day, we decided it was time to swing back. Being the enterprising 5-year-old that I was, I of course led the decision-making process and came to the following conclusions. Biological warfare and explosive were to be our weapons of choice. I don't know who this is, but I love you immediately. That's some fucking pro 5-year-old choice making right there. I love you. By that I meant that we would take turns shitting on the side of his house every day, and we would throw firecrackers through his windows when we left them open. Oh my god. This went on for exactly 3 days. Why 3 days? Well, that's simple, of course. On the 3rd day, I managed to throw a firecracker so deep through a window that it landed on his couch, lighting said couch on fire upon detonation. While he had a fire extinguisher and managed to put it out, by that point it was too late. Since it was military housing, the MPs and fire department were already on the scene trying to figure out what happened. I'm not sure on the details of what happened next, but all I remember is that he was suddenly no longer living there anymore. We were free, but my heart was trapped by the burden knowing of what I had truly done. So yes, 5-year-old me had led a campaign to smear someone's house with shit, lit their couch on fire, and got them evicted from military base housing, never to be seen again. I realize this may be petty justice, but I know this is not how the good Lord would want me to behave. Please forgive my sins. Sister Azura, so I can live with myself moving forward. Okay. I forgive you. You are forgiven. I don't know enough about the confession process to actually like go with the bit, unfortunately. But you are forgiven. I forgive you. This is some this is some petty justice. I don't want to say get behind because but like nobody got hurt. That's really fun. It makes for a good story. You are forgiven. Moving on. Loading response. We are taking a long time. Okay. On to the next one. I had to study for a test. Instead, I spent like 7 hours watching YouTube and whatnot, and only began studying at 11 p.m. That is, I think that's every college student ever. I don't know a single college student who doesn't put off studying for as long as they can. That's based. That's based as fuck. My mouth is so dry. I've been yapping a lot. Okay, on to the next one. Y'all studied? No. I didn't study for shit. I was a terrible student, okay? In my high school career, because I never went to college or nothing. I won't even lie. In my high school, because, like, I went to, like, an electronic high school. Like, everything was done online. It was basically homeschool, but it was hard to describe, but it was an online school. And I would not attend class, and I would not do any homework until the last week of the semester, and then I would be turning in like 18 weeks worth of homework. All at once, I would have about 5-6 classes. Fun fact, Azura is actually an elementary school dropout. No, brother. So I would do all of my classes worth of work over the course of a week. And turn it all in at once. And, like, I graduated early, actually, because I also did summer school. Like, willingly did summer school. I actually graduated a year early from high school. Because at the time, I was like, I want the fuck out of here. I was getting an arts and crafts. Damn, City, you didn't have to do him like that. I studied the blade. You're such a fucking weeb. On to the next confession. When I was a kid, I was mad at my mom, so I pissed into the heating vent in her bedroom. That's diabolical. Holy shit. Except it was still summer, and I forgot we didn't use the heat in the summertime. Come winter, when we turned on the heat for the first time, her room began to stink of piss, and that stink furnaces have when they haven't been used in a long time. She was really mad. How many times did you piss in her drain not her drain, piss in her heating vent in her bedroom for it to stink that bad when it got hot, bro? That's foul. That would have been fucking like military camp. Hello, bunny lover, welcome in. That's horrendous. I don't know who you were, but I hope your mom forgave you and I hope you treat her well now. It can only be one time if that shit lingers. Oh. It's like, oh my god, I've seen Reddit stories of people, like, keeping piss drawers or finding their kids' piss drawers. That's fucking horrendous, bro. Anyway, knowledge from cat pissing in one of our vents. Is cat piss and human piss, like, the same kind of stink? Anyway, on to the next one. Mom found the piss drawer. Hello, gamer, welcome in. When I first saw your model, I thought you'd either be a YouTuber or have a really annoying forced squeaky voice. They would have smelled it while it was fresh. That's fair. Does my model give that vibe? Damn, my brother. What do you mean? She is a YouTuber? At least one of those is true. Yes, the forced squeaky voice. I really sound like this. Show tot. I don't know how to show tot. I can show tit. I can show tit again. Free content. Anyway, back before Twitch, Twitch beats me with a stick. On to the next one. Let's go. Too bad. Take you for the head pats. I eat hot dogs like corn on the cob. Show Pinar. I really wish I could show Pinar. You do look like you could easily be a YouTuber with those assets. That's fair. I know who this was, unfortunately. I do know who this was. I clocked him the second he put it in. I just want to let you know, this person specifically, you're a fucking heathen, my brother in Christ. Heathen. I also know you don't eat hot dogs like that, so why you lying? I mean, those assets in Zuzu shows grippers too. I actually thought about getting a gripper model. On to the next one. Hi, Azura. We've been trying to reach you concerning your vehicle's extended warranty. Fun fact. Moving on. I used to watch Dragon Ball Z's Disturbed AMVs unironically when I was a kid. Hold on, chat. We're pivoting to YouTube real quick. I just gotta see something. I just gotta see what this looks like. There are 71 videos in this playlist alone. I just gotta see what it looks like. Even just for a split second, I gotta see what it looks like. Alright, okay. I've seen I've seen enough. I'm coming back to the after stream. I'm gonna have to see more. That's really funny. You know what? A confession from my end relating to this. When I was a kid, I used to watch a Sailor Moon. I didn't even like Sailor Moon as a kid. So let me squeeze this fact in there real quick. I used to watch Sailor Moon AMV with the fucking song Listen to Your Heart. Like, I don't know why. And I used to crack up really hard because the very specific one that I liked had a fucking random shoe flying off of somebody's foot. I can't remember it exactly because I was a little kid. But that I used to love the fuck out of it. I would watch it every day after school. I'm down to the next one. When I was 7, I set a hammock on fire and blamed it on my little brother. That's fair. That's valid. I would have also blamed my little brother if I was you. That's so valid. On to the next one. I once broke a TV with a stick. You know what? I once broke a TV. I'm confessing with these. Okay. I once broke a TV by climbing onto a dresser and pulling the TV and the dresser down with me. And the TV was like one of those really fucking big, like, boob tube TVs. I don't know why it was on top of my dresser. It just was. And the entire thing fell over and landed beside me and my little brother. I almost hurt us both really bad. Doesn't surprise me, to be honest. What does that fucking mean, average? The first time I ever heard Bring Me to Life was in Neopets AMV. Oh my god, Neopets. I used to love the fuck out of Neopets. On to the next one. Forgive me, Scamda, for I have sinned. I was tasked with making something for the monthly work potluck. Instead of making something normal, I made an extra spicy chili instead. I don't like these events, but attendance was required if you were invited. I am hoping that due to causing gastrointestinal distress to several employees, will permanently leave out of the rotation. Can you forgive me the sin, oh great Scamda? I do forgive you. Also, that's base as fuck. I would probably also make something super spicy to not be invited again, because damn, you can't eat everywhere, bro. Speaking, you know, fucking, like, I hate doing things like these. I hate stupid workforce events, because my work does this shit too, because they're trying to boost morale. And I don't want no part, man. So I get you. That's valid. You are forgived. Bro really admitted to poisoning his coworkers. Okay, but like, who gets spicy and doesn't expect it to be chili? I'm sorry. Who gets chili and doesn't expect it to be spicy? Because when I want chili, I want that bitch to make my face run. I want my nose to be runny, bro. I once broke a TV with those firecracker mortars. I shoulder mounted it when I was 7. It went off. I flew back, and the ball flew into the house and hit the TV. Wow. You know what, average? Suck my dick. Falling in love with a character with huge breasts. Dude, me too. Dude, me too. What? I forgot the name of the character immediately. There's this big titty fucking manga character that I just discovered and I love her. On to the next one. Once when I was a teenager, I gooned in the back of my mother's car in a busy parking lot. I was alone in the car. And this is some dumbass teenage boy behavior. That's horrendous. On to the next one. When I was 16, me and my friends drove around at night throwing firecrackers into people's cars that left their windows down. What is with all the firecracker stories? There's a lot of firecracker stories. Also, why would you do this? Why? What drives a person to do this? Has anybody else ever done this? Do you know why have you done this? Pro crime hours on stream tonight, right? On to the next one. I got a fat dumpy. For real, for real. Fuck, hell yeah, I bet you do, baby girl. Look, it happens. How does it happen? Real. On to the next one. My name is Philip, and I have a big wee wee. Good job, Philip. I'm proud of you and your big wee wee. If you should really come in here and flex. Bro, Tuna, we all know that was you, BBG. If you really got a big wee wee, you should come in here and do exclamation point bamboo size live on stream and measure up your bamboo stick. Android is a fucking liar. I definitely have a larger bamboo stick than a 9-inch bamboo stick. The dumpy was Dutchy for real. Hell yeah. Anyway, next one. Not being there to call you gorgeous during times of need. I know. Everybody should be calling me gorgeous every single day. God damn, Tuna came in with that thing a-schwangin'. Cannon, Tuna got that thing schwangin'. Let's go, Tuna. On to the next one. Of course, Tuna got the cannon. That's so funny. Forgive me, Simply Zara, for I have sinned. I may have gooned to you. I may have gooned to you more than once. You know what? Me too. I goon to myself all the time. Arrgh. Never mind. That was weird. I'm moving on. 2? Fudging 2? Get fucked, Neko. On to the next one. I stole utensils from us. Asiana Airlines, and I would do it again. I hope I said that right. I don't think I did. I think I just butchered the fuck out of that. And that's based. That's based. It sounds like a Tuna confession. On to the next one. I enjoy VTuber feet. I mean, I really enjoy them. Please forgive me. I have a good feeling of who this may have come from. You know what? What was that purr? What was that purr? What? What? My little... I've been doing that a lot lately, and I don't know where or why I picked it up. But yeah. I have a good idea of who this was, and you are forgiven because you are really funny. Yo, I was thinking average. That's what I was thinking. Moving on to the next one. When I was a kid, my mom told me that me using all the hot water in our house when I showered was depriving kids in Africa water. The fucking what? Now, the VTuber feet guy. There's a lot to there, okay? Anyway, when I was a kid, my mom told me that using all the hot water in my house when I shower was depriving kids in Africa of water. I stopped showering. I took my parents, I think a month or 2 to figure out I wasn't bathing myself. I probably smelled like ass and onions and looked like I had slathered myself in olive oil. Bruh. That's horrendous. That's foul. Also, Shonen, I will literally show you right now, right here on stream. He might literally be on my feed because I see him all the time. VTuber. Oh God, no! I don't know his at. And before live in NSFW, he's got feet in his name. I don't know his fucking Twitter handle. Never mind. I'll come back to it later. He's somewhere in my feed. I see him all the time. I commented on his thing the other day because he was like, it was a weird post. I had to before NSFW feed. That's a real fucking concern. There's been a lot of porn on my Twitter feed from VTubers I follow. On to the next one. Okay, this one's got a warning. This one's got a warning. Your feed is so NSFW. It's bad. This one's got an NSFW warning, so if you guys are easily squeamish, this is your opportunity to tune out now. Come back in a little bit. Might as just say so. I follow a lot of VTubers. Turn blue... I got hiccups. Turn blue jeans into brown jeans on school bus. Warning may be really nasty to those who get grossed out easily. Sometime around middle school, about halfway into the school morning, I had gotten the sudden urge to drop a brick in the toilet. I held myself for several minutes before I lost all control of my bowels and became unable to stop the breach. A sense of dread washed over me as I sat alone on the school bus seat with just a few minutes until getting to the school building. After getting off the bus, where others noticed the smell but did not figure out the source, I walked as fast as I could to the restroom so that being too obvious that I was in a hurry. I attempted to clean as much of the brown mess as I could for about 2 hours in one of the stalls, and then hid the soiled garments behind the toilet. Please. And then hid the soiled garments behind. I was scared of being caught with it in my hand while getting to the trash near the entrance. Walked straight to the office and played verbal charades on the phone with my mom until she picked me up from school. You may wonder, why did I not leave a trail? Well, for better or for worse, I was wearing blue jeans over leather boots that day. But somehow, no one ever figured out it was me, and I never heard it mentioned any ever since. But whoever was the janitor that day, I am so sorry. That's fucking terrible for you. That's a fucking terrible experience. Hi, Chad. It's been a couple weeks. Did we make the MRE goal? We have not. Jacobian error origin story. Damn, he's not even here, Average. My God, I feel bad for you, whoever you are. I'm so sorry that happened. I hope the rest of your middle school life went without hitch. All right, chat. This is the very last one. I'm excited to see what it is. Okay. I accidentally set my stove on fire by forgetting the burners were on, and I set a wooden cutting board on it and walked away to wash my vegetables. My brother in Christ, how? But how? Why were your burners just on? Why would you set a wooden cutting board on your stovetop? But why? I have so many questions and no way to get answers. This seems like a weird sequence of events to do. So you turn your stovetop on, and then you set the cutting board on it for some fucking reason, and you turn around to wash your vegetables. I always cut my vegetables before I start cooking. I don't got words for this one, bro. This seems like a self-report, if I'm being honest. I don't know, bro. That's weird. Anyway. Oh my God, it reset my zoom in. It was deaf you? No. I have never had a wooden cutting board in my entire life. I always buy plastic ones. Average, we have a plastic one. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. Don't try to slander me. I want to get a glass one or something. I don't know. I'll get a better one because I'm a little worried about the microplastics. That's a self-report. I accidentally put a taco that was still wrapped in the foil in the microwave when I was 12. I did that with a chicken sandwich from Walmart. It was like, had like a foil package, and I put it in the microwave, and it did a little lightning thingy, and my mom told me that I was an idiot. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me. This was a lot of fun to do and to read. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. If you'd like to see more content like this, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.